Yo, it's your dude FuFu back with another video, and today we're talking about Call of Duty World League Qualifier number 1. Hey guys, I really don't have a funky animation to put at the beginning of my videos because fuck this system. Alright guys, so we're talking about Call of Duty World League Qualifier number 1. This should be a pretty short video because I wanted to do a whole recap video, but unfortunately I did not get to watch as much of it as I wanted to. Buddy's birthday, I went out to see my buddy, chill with him, go out get a couple drinks on Saturday. Sunday, man, I was trying to upload a video and it took literally forever, and I couldn't watch any of the stream while I was uploading it, but I felt like the video was more important, so yeah, that's why I didn't do it. But I did get to watch a little bit of it, and I'd like to say a couple things about some teams and some other shit that I'd like to say. First of all, the ban and protect system. I know I kind of bashed on it a little bit in my first video, but it's alright, at least for the pros it is. And here's why I say for the pros. Because the pros you can kind of tell that they have a bunch of things that they already have set amongst themselves to be banned, like rapid fire, the Shiva, stuff like that. There's like 8 things that usually get banned just about every single game, which I like. But I feel like if you're an AM and you're playing against other AMs, some weird shit can happen, like banning a dead silence in a search and destroy game or something like that, which, you know, could be fun. So I'm not going to see that. That's going to be something that I have to play a little bit more to kind of see what it's doing. Right now I'm still trying to get my ARs and subs. Should be done with that by the end of the week, and after that I'm going to start hopping into some competitive. Probably going to start out with arena, get used to it a little bit, and then after that I'm going to maybe do some custom games and just see where it goes from there. But yeah, some things that I would like to say is some good looking teams, and there's some teams that I think are a little bit overrated. Of course, you got Optic's always looking good. Envy surprised the hell out of me. Aches is back. I don't know how I feel about that, because me personally, I'm not an Aches fan, but the dude dropped raps in a Hardpoint game, which was fucking nuts. So I can't hate on him for that. My boy called him today at work. He said he's the Tom Brady of Call of Duty, because everyone hates him, but he just keeps putting on. They're really good. I think TK is really good. A bunch of OGs. I like them a lot. And who else was it? Oh, a lot of people are thinking that FaZe is going to be really good. I think FaZe was an Advanced Warfare team. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were. Not really sure about them. Maybe they need to prove a little bit more to me. And the same with Rise. Rise won the first event, but guys, that event was like a week after the game came out. So I don't know. Maybe a little bit overrated, but I still think they're a good team. I know I only got to see them play once, and it was their first match against, I think it was 3s Up. I'm not entirely sure on that. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but they struggled a little bit. They took it to 5 games, and I thought that was a team that they probably should have 3-0'd. But things happen in Call of Duty, man. Like, you can't always guarantee that you're going to 3-0 someone, even the worst of teams. So yeah, I was a team that I was a little bit disappointed, and I really want them to do good too. My boy Octane's on that. He's not really my boy. He's my friend's boy, who I play a lot of Call of Duty with, so I kind of hopping on the bandwagon. I like Octane. I like that team. I like that team a lot. I want them to do good, I should probably say, instead of I like that team. Alright guys, so I want to talk about one thing that I don't like to see in Call of Duty, and that's players who are pro players because of their name and not because of how good they are. I'm going to use the best example that I can think of, which is Sensor. I was going to use Embos, but I think his whole team just really played bad this week, and I think they have stuff to work on. I was going to use him because he's been playing on Optic Nation for a while. They say it's not a B team, it's a B team. They consistently place very low in amongst the pro teams. And I think that he might be the issue because he's the one that's always on that team. Not necessarily him. I don't think he's necessarily the problem. I think that he just doesn't put a team together well, and that's the reason why. Like, I think he's a good player. I just think he doesn't know how to pick teams. But I think the best example to use would be Sensor, because, guys, let's face it, I know he's got a lot of fans, but that's the only reason he's on a pro team. He's not good. He's really not. He doesn't do anything. I think when I was watching him, he went double negative like every single game. Maybe not double negative, but he was negative every game. He's just bad. Oh, he's OBJ. Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter if he's OBJ. There's plenty of OBJ players out there that, I mean, for God's sake, Scump plays OBJ, and the dude's putting up 2.0 KDs sometimes. Like, that kid's nuts. Like, that's the type of player I want to see. And I think that Sensor, I think there's so many AMs out there that are better than Sensor. I think they could replace him, and I think that team that he's on, I think if they replace Sensor, that would be a team that would have qualified for the 4COD champs on the first qualifier. I really do. I think Apathy made a video saying, and I love Apathy, I really wanted his team to do good. He said that he's a duo with Sensor. And I just could not wrap my head around the fact why he wanted to be a duo with Sensor, because Sensor holds him back. He holds his whole team back. And just one more player better than them could make that team so much better. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is some of the teams that I see this year. I see some really good teams. Like I said, I see some teams that just could be really good if they stick together and stick with it. I kind of want to see, this is just a personal thing that I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see esports become more like regular sports, because they keep, regular sports do trade and do all that stuff, but for the most part, they keep their team year to year. I'd like to see a full year of teams not completely dropping everyone each event. You'll see teams completely change. 4 new players from one event to another. And I think it would just be better. I think it would be more fun to watch, because look, you had Optic and FaZe last year, and they dominated. What was the one thing that they had that all the other teams didn't? They stayed together, and they worked, and they built their team. I want to see other teams do that. I don't know if it's going to happen. Now on to something a little bit more happy. I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of what I think this year is going to look like. Unfortunately, I don't think that teams are going to stay together. I really want to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this year, Optic and Envy are going to be the 2 teams that you see all the time in the championships. That doesn't make me too mad, because I think we're going to see some awesome games between those 2 teams. I think those are the top 2 teams. I'll give you my 3rd and 4th. My 3rd is Complexity. I think Complexity has a great team this year. I think they're back. I think they could definitely win some championships. And TK. TK is my sleeper team. I just think that they're a bunch of OGs who will work well together, and they will stay with the team, and I could see them doing well at tournaments this year. So, yeah, those are my top 4 teams. That's what I have to say about Call of Duty World League so far. I think this game's going to be great. I think this has potential if they get everything right. I think this game could be the best Call of Duty competitively to watch. I hope so, because I'm really loving this game. But as always, guys, if you liked the video, comment, rate, subscribe. Love ya. Peace.